Well, hello, Joe.
Hello, my friend Charles.
How are you?
Me, I am great today. We're doing a recording during the day, which is exciting.
I
So
know this is much better for us, isn't it? The flow is nice.
I love it. So yes, yes, I've had a great week. Yes. So
Excellent.
something very exciting is that well, it's still off topic, but anyway, I'm going to say anyway. I bought this shirt last winter, and I couldn't fit into it because my body had expanded, and now I can fit into it. So I'm excited about that.
Yay!
Yay!
Go you. Go you. See?
Yes,
It's the world is doing what we need it to do. We need to be lighter and we need to hold more light, and this is what we're both
yes,
doing.
yes, which is very exciting. So, how's your week been, my friend?
My week's been really good. Big changes in my life, so this is all positive. So we are going to be doing more daytime healings through the week. So we're going to do that, and I'm also going to open up to the first Saturdays of the month as well, so
Good.
that people that can't do weekdays, like during the days, I'm still going to do during the night times. I'm also going to open up the first Saturdays of the month that I will be doing either the readings or the healings from home. They're only going to be 2 or 3 appointments, so they're going to go quickly. But for those that want to say, yeah, big changes coming, Joe, onwards and upwards. Let's do this.
And how would people contact you, my friend? Do they
The
call? Do
website,
they?
Amanti Moon. Easiest way is
Okay.
to just go to the website, amantimoon.com.au. And there's when you come into that website, there's two links you can click. Let's go shopping for incense and whatever I've got left in Oracle cards, and make a booking for whatever I'm offering you in your services. So you can do tarot reads and a healing, or just a healing, and that will be clairvoyant, Egyptian, Pella, whatever. And if you want to do a QHHT, which is like the 6 hour stuff, just message me and we'll discuss it and we'll block out a day because we can do more of those now too. I'm not just limited to the Mondays.
Yes.
So
It's,
that's and what
I
about
come
you,
to.
Joe? If they want to connect with you, Joe, how do they connect with you? Our viewers want to connect with you?
It's best to call Alchemy to contact me or to book in with me, which is 0266550429. Just because I found, because we're a very big clinic, it's easier just to call. You can email 66550429. Sorry, sweets.
Oh,
Um,
429.
0429.
Yeah.
Yes, so that would be the best way. I think my next available is July, I think. Yes, July would be, I think, my next available appointment. Or you can book in there, and you can go on the wait list. So you might be able to get in a bit earlier with me. Yeah, and you've still got some spots for your tarot as well.
Yes, I've still got some slots for the tarot and the Palawa and the UR clairvoyant. So it's all good. It's all good. Now, Joe, do
Perfect.
you do distant healings for our interstate viewers and our overseas viewers?
Yes, very much so. I've got a few New York clients, so we just got to work out, the time difference.
Yeah, that's
So
hard,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah, I just do FaceTime because that's all my technical brain can manage. So either through Messenger or through your phone. So yes. Mm.
Look at us go. I did New York the other day. It was 10 p.m. my time. So by the time I finished, it was 11:30. And that was 8 a.m. their time. So she had to get up early and I had to stay up late just to make it happen. But you know what? This is what we do. This is why we do what we do. We help people
Yeah.
wherever they need the help.
For me, and it's probably for you too, as long as I can see their little aura, then I'm fine. I can, as long, that's all I need. So,
Yeah, yeah.
um, mm,
Same. So
yeah.
welcome to episode 10, Joe.
Oh, go us. So
I
good.
know, look at us go. And today's one of my favorite topics, color.
Love.
Yay. I love color. Are you a color person, Joe?
Yeah, I love color. Even today, I have been known to get out the paintbrush because I love a bit of change of color in our house. So,
Oh,
yeah. So, I think everyone has a color that they resonate with. Mine's green. Oh, I love green. So,
really?
yeah.
See, mine's blue. Green is one of my least favorite colors. I mean, I love all colors, don't get me wrong, but
Yes.
green is one of the ones that I'm less inclined to. Having said that, look at the color of the
Yeah, I
healing
was going to
wall.
say,
It's
look at
sage
you.
green. It's sage green. And I was guided to paint it. So I've got a sage green wall here. In my living room at the back, I've got a bright blue Mediterranean blue wall. In one of
Yeah.
the bedrooms upstairs, there's a coffee brown color just to ground the energies there. So I've got color everywhere. I've got color, and you can see the sheets on the healing tables, yellows and blues. So I get guided before I start a
Yes.
session, and it's like, what color is the
Yeah.
client needing today? And so particularly like this with these yellow, I might pop yellow on a table for somebody that's got low self-worth, low self-confidence, okay?
Yes.
And then the blue might be on the pillow that they need to start speaking up more. So I've got red sheets, I've got white, I've got brown, I've got purple, I've got pink. So I get guided before I start a session as to what color. So it sort of sets for me where the client's at. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Yeah. I too have all different towel colors. I'm a towel kind of girl. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm exactly like you in the essence that, yeah, I've got blue and all the different colors of the chakra systems. And
Yeah.
then that's depending on what they need. Mm.
Yeah, and when we talk about color, you've got to look at nature. Nature is all about nothing's in black and white because
Mm.
everything is visual. You see the clouds, it's not just gray, there's whites, there's grays, there's blacks, there's all the different tones of the colors. You look at the foliage on the plants, you've got light greens when they're just budding, and then you've got dark greens, and then the leaves sometimes will change to reds, oranges, and yellows. Nature really wants to invite us to use color in our world and see things from a perspective of beauty. We were talking about one of the archangels last week, and his was all about beauty, and he had the paint palette on his feet. Do you remember that, Joe?
Yeah,
And it was
yes, yes.
like, wow. And it's just like, so there is beauty in everything we do. It's just what I find, and I don't know where you're finding with this, Joe, but most people are not seeing it.
No, no, I feel like they get a lot stuck in their head and they're not very present with
Yes,
themselves
yes,
or with their
yes.
environment. Mm.
Yeah, but they're not paying it any attention. And the other thing with color is you'll notice a lot of big corporations will want to suck the life out of their people by putting them in black suits,
Mm.
gray suits, like uniforms and stuff like
Mm.
that, blacks, grays, really dark navies. So what they're trying to do is make everybody look the same. But unfortunately, not everybody's the same.
No.
Everybody's different. So I was in a hospital last week, actually 2 weeks ago, with my mother. And it was really nice to see that the scrubs that the nurses were wearing, one lady had blue and she had all these yellow rubber duckies all over it. Another
Oh,
lady had white and it was all pink flowers and green flowers. And it's like, wow, they're understanding the value of color in what they're wearing. It's not just, in the old days, it was just a light blue or something. It's not like that anymore. They're understanding there is color and people need to be um, exposed to color more because
mm.
color is really a way of healing. It's a technique that people will use, but it happens on a subliminal level. Like I'm wearing
Yes.
pink. It's a healing color. Does
Yeah.
that make sense? Pink is a healing color. So
Very.
people need to understand that colors play a part in, who you are on the day, what your mood is talking to you about, what your aura might be. So it's very, very interesting. And I make sure, Joe, even in my socks, I've got. I went to America last year, and they had all of the different colored socks, and I said to Sean, "Oh, this is just it's like my dream come true." And it
Mm.
was like I bought 2 or 3 pairs of each one. So,
Yes.
what's the mood today? Self-worth. And it might not be for me, it might be for somebody else, but I'm going to wear yellow socks. I just bought some yellow runners, and people say to me, "Oh my God, you would you wear them?" It's like, "Oh, you bet you I would," because people, I get compliments, and people say, "Oh my God, I love your shoes," and they're noticing the color. And what
Mm.
it does is it raises vibrations. Color is about lifting it up, lifting it up,
Very.
lifting it up. So, even things like this. Look, I see all the colors and it's like I'm automatically attracted. Do you know what I mean? It
Yeah.
attracts me straight away. It's like I'm a moth to a flame. It's like, gotta have it, gotta have it, gotta have it. Because all of that sings to me. But color goes deeper. Color, when
Yes.
you look at the chakras at the back, you look at that chakra wall, you're not seeing the red on the bottom, but your chakras are resplendent of colors
Yeah.
and they're all there, all the different levels. So
Yeah.
color is very important for me. I adore it. I love it.
Very much so. And I often think, lounge rooms are really beautiful if they can be, a light green or a blue. So green for heart, blue for communication. Same with bedrooms. I think, those two colors are perfect for a bedroom, because you want to have good
Yes.
communication and lots of love. So,
Yes.
mm,
And they could just be accent colors. It could be the paint is really like a base white and you're
mm,
just dropping a few hints of color. And then you can just go with like accent color. Paintings on a wall. I mean, you can't see, Joe, but I've got a bright blue painting on the wall and I've got bright red cushions on the couch right in front of us here. And it's like
yeah,
people come in and go, whoa, what a hit of color that is. It's like, yeah, because it fills me with joy and it fills my heart with, happiness. And I'm trying to bring nature through color inside.
yes, absolutely. I know, the other day I saw, but then there was the only one left, but it was a clock and it had all the different colors on it.
Oh,
Anyway, and
wow.
I was drawn to it, and it's on order. But my girlfriend was like, "That's hideous," and I was like, "Oh no, I love it. It will be great in my healing room." So,
Yes,
'cause-
and that's the thing. Everything
yeah,
has a place. Everything has a purpose. And color, what people don't understand is color is a vibration. Color is a frequency. Color wants
yes,
to work with you at a frequency level. So, but my poor customers, they have no choice but to have color when they come in, the green walls, the sheets, and they actually they love it. What I will then do when I start my healings, I have a lot of crystal palm stones. And
oh
I just
yes,
look at them and I get them all out, and I've got like 2 or 3 perspex trays of these crystal palm stones, and I'll say to my customers, "Now, be guided by what you need to use. Be guided by what you want to pull out of these trays, and there's no limit that you can have 1, you could have 10. What do you feel like you need?" And they just pick the color. I'm drawn to that 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 color. And that says to me, it's building a picture for me. Okay, you're struggling with this. You might be needing more of this because you pull what you're attracted to. Does that make sense? And
mm,
where the attraction is sometimes where there's a deficit, and that's what you're compensating with by using the color, if that makes sense.
yeah.
So it's a very interesting way of looking at it.
I
What's that
often
one,
have
Joe?
this. Oh, this is rose quartz, but I often
Yeah.
have this. Oh, not that one today, but I often have them. Another one here is I put them all on their chakra systems, and it's generally the color of the chakra is what color I'd put
Yes.
on their, on their
Yes.
body. Mm.
Yeah. And that's what I do. I do an express healing and it's 30 minutes. And I've got 2 or 3 different types of crystal for
Yeah.
each chakra. So anybody that's in a hurry that just wants a quick balance, but what I will say at the start, again, I'll say to them, there are 7 here. And I want you to pick which of each pile, so each one's lined up. So I might have 3 reds, 3 oranges, 3 yellows. Pick of those crystals which
Mm-hmm.
ones you need. Because even if you go to me, like you pick a blue and you might pick a light blue, which is like a blue lace agate, that talks differently to how a dark blue lapis lazuli would talk. The elements are different. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah.
So even in the variations of color mean very, very different things. So it's really important. And that's what I just pop them on the chakras.
Yeah.
And then I'll meditate with the customers and say, okay. And it's really interesting that when you start doing stuff like this and you start playing with colors, the customer actually gets it. They understand, oh my God, you understand where I'm at already without even having to say anything. It's like
Yes.
colors don't lie. But this is what people don't see, the value in the colors.
Oh, and I often find also when women have been in the fight or flight or survival mode, they'll pick colors that are more masculine, like if that makes sense. And
Yes.
with those ladies, I'll go, "Do you have anything pink?" And they'll go, "Mm." And then I go, "You don't have to start wearing magenta pink, but I'd just love you if you next time you need undies, let's buy some pink undies and socks and things, just to kind of try
Oh,
and get you into that softer,
yes.
feminine mode." Mm.
Joe, you preach my language. I love that because I do the same thing. They look at me, it's like, what? You want me to wear pink, but I'm not all that feminine. It's like, I don't really care. You need pink. Or I'll say to them, because if they have a low self-confidence, a really low self-worth, or their self-esteem's waning, I'll say, you really need yellow. But it's like, but it doesn't go with my complexion. It's like, I don't really care. But use a scrunchie, or you get a watch band that's yellow, or you get a brooch, or you get, as you said, underwear, socks, stuff that people can't see. But on a conscious level, You know you're wearing it. You know you've got that on there, and that's going to help pick you up a little bit. And
Yeah.
I say to people that sometimes struggle with their minds are really busy all the time. They can't slow the mind down. And I say
Yeah.
to them, okay, you need reds, you need browns, you need the earthy colors to bring
Yeah.
you back down to the earth so
Mm.
that you're not thinking as much. Because if you're going to go, purples and all of those lovely colors, you're playing up here and you're going a lot higher.
Very much so. And it's also even interesting, like Elliot, my husband, is like 6'3" and rather built big. If he ever had to talk when he worked corporately to an employee and it was a tricky situation, he'd always have soft pink shirts to wear to work, like corporately, just so he didn't feel so overpowering. Not that he was
Yes.
overpowering, because he would always sit down, but just so it softens, because psychologically it's just easier than him wearing a black shirt or a red shirt. Or does that make sense?
Yeah, the pink is healing. The pink wants to go into that person's going to come into that session with Elliot, and it's going to be, I'm not, I feel safe. I feel calm.
Yeah.
There's an element here that this is going to be gentle. Does that make sense? Whereas if
Yes.
you're wearing something, bang, it's going to be, whoa, I'm going to be, stand back. So Elliot's doing the right thing in as much
Mm.
as I'm using something soft, something gentle that makes the customers or his clients or staff feel safe. And it's like,
Yes.
okay, I'm going to be I might not like what I hear, but it's going to be done with a nurturing aspect. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Very much. And
It's
even I'm not up to, like, if I haven't gone for an interview for a job, oh God, I don't think I've worked corporately since I was 27 maybe. But if I was, I would go on the psychology of what color to wear to an interview. I'd look into that, because it does make a very big difference. And particularly if you're not wearing a color in the right tone for your face tone. Does that make sense?
yes.
Because
And there
someone
are
will go,
color consultants.
yes, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there are
Because
color
it's all
consultants that can say to you, match this, do this, and it goes with your skin, but it also goes with your personality and things like that. So,
very much so. So yeah,
yeah.
so I just think it's also, like, we use it for our chakra systems, but I think there's so much more behind colors. And when you see, I often watched, we're at dinner and this girl had, it's like she was trying to assert her power, so she had a really bright red top on, and really bright red lipstick, and you could see by the guy that she was trying to, that they were on a date, you could see he was a bit taken back, like he was psyched out by her colors, if that makes
Yes.
sense. Mm.
Because it can be very confronting. All of
Yeah.
that color, that's bold. Bright reds are bold. It's like, look at me, look at me.
Mm.
And if you want attention, you'll wear, reds and stuff like that. But it can be, that's what you've got to look at. What is my intention with wearing this color? Do I just want to
Yeah.
be seen? Because sometimes I find I'm invisible. So then I'm going to wear the red. But if I want to attract somebody's attention, is that too much? Is
Mm.
that too much red? Maybe she could have toned it down and not had as much red or gone for more of a natural lipstick. So it's not,
Yeah.
in your face. It's not too much.
Yes.
So there's lots of stuff. I mean, I bought this book, Joe, in America, and I just saw the colors. It's like, I have to buy the book. I don't care. I don't even care what the words are in the book. And then I read the book, and it's like, the colors.
Ah,
It's colostrology. Do you know what I mean? Colostrology. And what this
colors.
is, it's all about the color for the day of your birth.
Oh, I love
So,
it.
Joe, I'm gonna read your color.
Okay.
Look at the color. How does that color resonate with you, Joe?
Oh, what is it? Orange red.
It's called burnt coral.
Burnt coral. Oh, nice.
Now, this will make sense. I've just read the first three words. It's like, yes, this is Joe. This is Joe.
Yeah.
Innovative. I can't even say that word. Innovative. That's better. Independent communicator. Look at you go.
That's
If you were
me.
born on this day, you have an independent nature coupled with a need for companionship. You may experience a few interesting relationships before you feel that you have truly met your match. The need for balance in all areas of life is the challenge. You are a true thinker, and it is important that you do not get too attached to your own point of view. Now, how this color will benefit you. Wearing, meditating on, or surrounding yourself with burnt coral helps you stay flexible and optimistic as you unravel and explore the riddles and truths of a fulfilling life.
Oh, nice. I'll have to get. I do like coral. I don't have any burnt coral. I have to buy
It's
some burnt
like
coral.
peach. It's more like a peachy color. I don't know if that makes sense, but it's more like a
Yes.
peachy color. And it's funny because I said to you guys before, oh, green's one of my least favorite colors. And it's like, but then I got a wood color. Look, it's just like,
Oh, wood.
there's no life in this wood. It's just like, but
Oh,
it's interesting. It's
what does it say
interesting.
about you, Gal?
It says exciting, captivating, provocative. It's like, wow,
Oh,
if you were born on this day, your personality is captivating and provocative. You are a winner and can go to great heights if you stay focused. Don't let monetary concerns drain your vitality. Discipline and balance are needed for you to handle that amount of energy that moves through your body. How this color benefits you. Your personal color helps you to control the more excitable part of your nature. Wearing, meditating on, or surrounding yourself with wood rose, that's the name of the color, heightens your spiritual awareness and connects you to a higher purpose. So go
mm,
figure that wood rose. I
wood
love it. So
rose.
I saw this book and it's like, wow, I've got to have it. And I've
Yeah.
never seen it in Australia. I bought this in America when I
Mm,
was traveling
I've never
over there
seen it.
last year. And I just love it. So it's called Colostrology by Michelle Bernhardt. So if you're a
Lovely.
color person and you're interested, it's really, really interesting. And
Yeah.
I like that she's pulled in the astrology and matched it with a particular color that
Yeah.
resonates with you. And she's quite right. She's quite right in what she said about my date of birth. And I thought, so I've got to go and find some wood rose now, whatever that looks like.
Yeah. And it's interesting with you said about relationships. I've only had two, because I met Elliot when I was 21. I only had two other boyfriends apart from Elliot.
Yeah.
And it was really funny because I feel like the gods, the first boyfriend, he was really good looking, but it wasn't enough, like if that makes
Yeah.
sense. And then
Yes.
the second boyfriend was um, rather wealthy, but it wasn't enough, if that makes sense. But it showed
Of
me
course.
the different aspects of people. And then Elliot came along, and yeah, it was just different. But it's interesting how I got shown those two different things about sometimes you can be mesmerized by their looks, and sometimes people can be attracted by people's abundance or wealth. So yeah, so it's interesting how it worked.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And then you met Elliot. It was like, wow, everything. You got the complete package.
Yes. So, or we built wealth together. Or we didn't really have
Yes.
anything before we met, but so yeah.
But see how good is that? But this is the thing. Color is it's my heart. Even my business cards, Joe. These are my business cards. I've got the 7 chakras on the top, right?
Yes.
Okay. Where did Charles buy his business cards? In England. Couldn't get them in Australia, could I? No, 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 no. England. I get them made in England. And if you look at the back, they're all different colors.
Oh, I want
And
color cards like
the
that.
funniest thing, these are all your chakras, okay? These are all of your different chakras. And the funniest thing is I usually have 7 lined out when a client comes, and I will say, pick one. And the funniest thing is they don't know what the intention is. Now they do, but now they never used to know the intention. And whatever chakra that they needed the most work on. So like for this particular client here that's yellow, right? They would
Mm,
usually pick up the business card that has the solar plexus on the back,
yeah. Yeah.
because that's what they need to work with. And I used to just randomly give them out. I don't know which order they're in. I randomly give them out. And I had one woman, she goes, it's all about the heart for me. And I gave her the card, didn't know what it was. And she flipped it, and it was the green heart chakra. So it's
Ah,
really interesting that the color wants to work with you. That's what people have to realize. Color wants to work with you, but sometimes we want to dull it down by going just to easy blacks. Winter in Melbourne, it's blacks, it's grays, it's like it's boring.
mm,
And then when you travel around the world, you go to different places. You go to places like India, and the saris are full of color. Everywhere
mm,
you go to the Taj Mahal. It's the whitest building you've ever seen in your life because it's just marble. But the color around it is just the people, and the people are just full of color. And this place just sings on multiple levels because it's so
yes,
vibrant, it's so full of life. And then you've got the greens, and you've got some of the buildings around the Taj Mahal are red. So in that
yeah,
type of environment, you see, wow, in the Western world, we're all geared towards black because it makes us look skinny or it makes me feel invisible. Yet in Asia, they're all about, let's bring out this color, let's bring out this joy,
yeah,
let's bring out the freedom. And yeah, it's just spectacular. It's just
yes,
sensational.
very much so. And I think it also, it can really determine with you about what color you can tell where you're up to with what color you're resonating with, you know.
Yes.
Mm.
Yeah. What do I feel like I need today? Oh, I'm doing that today. I'm feeling today, or I'm thinking today, or I'm going to speak today. I know sometimes if I'm running classes, I've got to wear blues because the blues really want to help me communicate. If
Yes.
it's gentle communication, I'll wear like a light paler blue. And if I've really got to push the point, I'll wear like
Yes.
a royal blue because it's like bang, bang, bang. So, but there are books on color. This is a deck of cards, Joe, that I bought many years ago. Again, it's all about color. So it's called The Secret Language of Color Cards. This is the box, but this is the book. And it's just all about color. So if anybody's
Beautiful.
interested, I'm just going to pop it up so that you can see it there.
Yeah.
This is the one I want. It's this one. Secret Language of Your Color Cards. Inna Segal. Now, she's an Australian girl. Love, love, love her.
Yes.
And she's spectacular with what she's got. The Secret Language of Your Body. She's also written that. And she's the visionary. And she decided just to do a book on, a card deck on color because it's so relevant in everyday life. So, Joe, I'm going to pull a card for you, my love. So I'm just going to
Okay.
shuffle. I've just knocked on the front door, and you just tell me when you want me to pull the card. Now, I'll probably just pull one from the top or wait for one to jump out. What would you prefer? This card's are big.
Pull one from the top, I reckon. When
All
you're
right,
ready.
so what does Joe need today? What color is syncing with Joe today? What are we doing? All right, you ready?
Yep.
Oh, white.
White. Oh, nice. Love it.
White.
Bit of purity.
White is lighten up. And white is the combination of all colors. And I really like that. White is all of your colors. So when you're working, Joe, if you can't wear color, wear white. It's 24. White. White heals your body as a whole, clearing toxicity and assisting with purification. White also enhances clarity and understanding and can be very helpful in healing skin problems. Bringing peace and comfort at the highest level, white represents integrity, light, holiness, truth, and surrender. Lighten up with white. And what she'll go through the whole card, but then she'll give you a little affirmation at the end. And with white, it just says, say, I give myself permission to lighten up and experience ease in my body and soul. So she has that for all of the different colors. I like white. Sometimes I'm guided to wearing white when I do healings. Now, I did a hypnosis a few weeks ago, and I said to the girl, I'm guided to wear white, and so was she. And then we pulled out some entities from her body, and that's why we had to be white, because there's a purity with white. So it's very special. But this is all the different colors. So look, in food, they say when you eat food, make it a rainbow of colors because you're more attractive. But these are the cards, and they're just spectacular.
They're beautiful. So.
They're really nice cards. But look, that's the tangerine that we did last week for one of the archangels. But the colors are everywhere. So talk to color, live with color. Like as they say, when you're eating, look at color, make it spectacular on the plate. Because you know when you see something, it's just brown and it's just covered in gravy, you go, it sucks the life out of you. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So
I have to say, I probably wear. I've got 3 or 4 white linen shirts that I'll wear during the week. Just gotta find white. You know, I don't know. For me, it's just like that purity color and clear and
I really like it because it's the connection to the crown chakra and your creator, the white. But white is also, as I said, it's all of your chakras. If you put all of those colors together, you're going to resonate at white. White is the highest frequency. And if you're using linen, Joe, linen is one of the highest vibration fabrics that you can use. So white linen, you got it really, really high. You're getting that vibe really high, like you would if you would use white rose petals. So all of the different colored rose petals will do different things. So, you know, I it's really interesting how people look at color. A lot of people like red, great, but they're grounding a lot too because their minds might be overthinking. Orange is a color of joy, and I love joy. I sometimes struggle with orange, but then you go to the yellows. Yellow is my favorite color. If I could have a yellow car, I would. When I went to buy a car, crossed my heart. If I could have a yellow car, I've always wanted a yellow car. I don't know why. When I went and bought this car during COVID, he goes, it comes in white, red, blue, and black. I was like, well, I've had a black car. I've had a blue car. I don't want a red car. I'll get the white one. He goes, and if you want to make it yellow, you've got to vinyl wrap it yourself. It's like, wow, okay. But yellow is just joy for me. It just fills the solar plexus like, yes, let's go. And yellow is the color of the sun. When we see the sun, we feel good. When it's cloudy and gray, our mood drops. So
Yeah.
mood is really, color really
Yeah.
plays with your mood and how you feel.
Very much.
And then you've got your greens, green and pinks, your heart space. That's where you're
Mm.
nurtured. That's the
Yes.
blue is my favorite color. Blue is my favorite color because I talk all the time. Purple. Do you like purple, Joe?
Yeah, I do. I like lavender, the color lavender. Yeah.
Okay, that's a
Yeah,
nice
like the
color.
lighter purple. Yeah, very
Yeah,
much so.
yeah.
I don't know why, but I really love wearing lots of purple at Christmas time. I don't know why.
Oh, okay.
But
Where everybody else is wearing greens and reds, you're in the purples.
yes, yeah. So like I've
Okay.
got these shirts and they're not Christmassy, but I'll only wear these purple linen shirts at Christmas time just because I don't know why I feel like it's probably because it's Christmas is a spiritual time for me. And I feel like, I don't know, I can't tell you the psychology behind it, but yeah, I really love purple at Christmas time.
No, but
Mm.
that might be a northern hemisphere thing too, because
Yeah,
I remember, I think, Santa Claus, Father Christmas, St. Nicholas, whatever you want to call him, I think it was more purple than red that he used to wear. Does that make sense? And
really to
yeah,
investigate
and I
that.
think he was more in the purples than he was in the reds. And I think the red became a Coca-Cola thing when they took on Christmas and made it a Coca-Cola thing, so that's branded their colors. That's the other thing. People don't understand the psychology of the colors. Look
Yeah,
at a lot of your fast food places. McDonald's, what are their colors?
yeah,
Red and yellow. Burger
yeah,
King, Hungry Jack's, red and yellow. KFC, red and white. They're all about
yeah,
color because they want you in. Does that make sense? They want you, and there's an attraction with those
yeah,
colors. So color is it's huge. It's big psychology. It's big money, and but I just want our viewers just to appreciate color, appreciate the nature. You go to Brighton Beach in Melbourne. Have you been to Brighton Beach in Melbourne, Joe? Where they've got all the bathing boxes?
no, I haven't. No,
They're all
have you?
painted
Obviously you
different
have.
colors. Yeah,
Yes, I've
all
seen them
painted
though.
different colors. Yeah.
Mm,
So it's really special. So color is something that we need to embrace more of, not be shy of it. People are really shy of color, but we really need to
yeah,
embrace color for what it can do for you. And I don't think people understand that. Color can
yeah.
really lift your mood.
Absolutely. And also like, sometimes depending on what's wrong with your body, wear the colors of that chakra on your body to help heal. It makes a big
Yeah, I,
difference. Mm.
I agree 100%. That's why I've got, if I can find some polos, sometimes when I travel, I get some cheap polos and I'll go and get all the different colors. And it's like, and I'll just say, um, in my head, mentally, when I'm getting up for the day, because I never pre-plan what I'm going to wear. And it's like, what do I need today? What color do I need today? What is it
Yeah.
today? So today I've got bright yellow socks on because I felt like I needed yellow socks. So I was like,
Mm.
okay, I'm wearing the yellow. But I do that every day. And then I'll just go and grab a polo. And it's like, okay, I'll put that on. And most of the stuff that I wear is up here because the pants and stuff down below is just not really relevant for me. But sometimes I'll wear white pants. If I've got to wear white, I've got white pants. If I've got to wear white for a healing or something, I'll get the white jeans out. I'll put a white t-shirt on. Let's go. Let's make it happen. And I've got
Mm.
white sneakers. So I can do the whites when it have to be the purest of environments. And it doesn't
Yep.
have to happen often that I need to do that, but I can. But yeah, it really is relevant. So yeah, trust yourself. If you're feeling a bit sluggish, if you're feeling down, talk to yourself. What color do I need? What do I
Yes.
need today to brighten it up?
Yes.
What do I need for me to lift me up?
Yeah. And sometimes even I try and if I feel like one of my chakras is off, I'll even eat the food colors that are that color, providing I can get it in season. But I even think eating those colored foods helps that chakra heal.
Agree, 100%, 100%. You're eating that color because there's something in it that's those seven chakra systems that needs
Yeah.
attention. And so that
Yeah.
could be, you could be eating the foods. You could be going to buy yourself a bunch of flowers. It's like, why do I need orange flowers today? I need joy or whatever. Does that make sense? Or I could be going to
Yeah.
buy a top. I've got one of my friends and she'll go and buy clothes. It's like, feel like I need some purple today. I'm go and buy some purple. That's how it all works. It comes in different ways. And it's
Mm.
like, wow. when you start looking at it at a deeper level, because people just take it for granted. But when you take it into a deeper level, it's like, what is this? What's going on here? And it's just
Yeah.
you listening to the
Yeah.
intuition of your body saying, I need some blue. And that could be blueberries. It could be, blue irises. It could be blue t-shirt. But it could
Yeah.
be, I need to get a blue car or go in a taxi that's blue, whatever it is. And this is what people, that's why I have such passion for color, because I don't
Yeah.
understand it, but I love it, and I just want more of it. And sometimes, like yourself, Joe, I'll go and buy the cheapest little paint set that I can at the $2 shop in a canvas, and I'll just go, right, squeeze some paint on and just go with it. And it's like, what am I feeling today? What wants
Yeah.
to be created today? What does the color want to bring
Yeah.
out today? And it's really
Yeah.
special, really special.
Absolutely. Yeah.
I've had
And
this.
it's
I've
also,
had this. You go, Joe. Sorry.
I don't know, you go, Doug. You go. Yep.
I was saying, as a little kid, one of my best Christmas presents ever was the Derwent pencils. Remember the Derwent pencils?
Yes, I
It
love
had
them
it
too.
had
Yes.
2 trays of color, and it was like, whoa, which color am I going to use? So I can go right back with color to like, and I kept it. I've still got that, and it's just like, wow, I love that, and all the colors together like that, it just does something to me, and it's just like, yes, fills it
Yes.
up. So as I said, when I see stuff like this, there's an automatic attraction. I've just got to buy it. There's such
Yeah.
attraction to it that it's like all
Yes.
the colors are together. I actually want to buy this company here called Pantone.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Pantone?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, so they do all the colors. And so I don't know if you can see all of the colors, or if I can, I'm doing it the wrong way. All the colors
Oh,
are listed up the top here. So if
yes.
you want, if you do your logo, Joe, and you've got like hypothetically it's red, the Pantone color might be red 1, 2, 3, 4. So you can go to any printer in the world and say Pantone color red 1, 2, 3, 4, and you're going to get the same red all over. This company has little color swatches that interior designers want that they buy, so that they go, I'm desperate to get a set because it's like I'm not going to use them, but I just want to look at them because I
Yeah.
just love the color combinations together. So paint charts and all of that sort of stuff are my friends because I just think, wow, I just could
Yeah.
just get rolled up in color. The more color, the better
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah. Even I often when I shower, as I'm showering, obviously water's cascading down on me, but I'll always ask the divine creator for a rainbow spectrum of color to flush through my chakra system. I very rarely personally would call in just red or orange or yellow. I'll ask,
Hmm.
because every color is made up from other colors. So
Yes,
just by flushing a rainbow spectrum of light color through your whole chakra system will help, clear and flush and lift up in vibration your chakra system whilst you're showering. So, yeah.
yes, I actually quite like that. I actually quite like that. I put rainbows through my customers so
Mm,
that all of the colors and the
very
frequency of the colors, the 7 main colors, those frequencies will go through the body. And they always say,
Yeah.
"What are you doing?" It's like, "Why?" And it's like, because I feel tingly, I feel different. It's
Yeah.
like, yes, let all of those frequencies and those colors
Yeah.
vibrate through your body so that you can feel that through every cell, every microorganism in your body. It feels it,
Yeah.
and it takes what it needs from that. It takes whatever it needs. It'll take that color
Yeah.
and it'll take that frequency, and it will
Yeah.
help that. So it's not. It's
Mm,
quite good that we use color, but we've got to use it more. There's more, and you
very.
just walk outside, the green grass, and the blue sky.
Yes.
Sometimes we have a lake in Melbourne, right near Port Melbourne, and sometimes it gets the algae in the lake, and it goes bright pink. And it's like
Oh,
nature is showing off. Nature is showing off. And sunsets, look at the sunsets, and you go through all of the colors of the rainbow through the sunsets. If you've got time, watch. Or if you're ever on a plane and you've got a window seat, lucky enough to have a window seat, and you're on a night flight that is, you're landing like at 6 or 7 o'clock just after sunrise, put the window shade
oh,
up and watch the colors. It goes violets, it goes blues, it goes greens, and then the oranges, and then the yellows, and then the orange. So it's like it's waking up the chakras, and
yeah.
it does that. And then when the sun sets, you go from your reds, and then it goes to the oranges, and then it goes to the yellows, and then you get little shades of greens, and then you get the blues. And as the sky gets darker, you see some violets, and then it turns it down. Color is
Yeah.
everywhere. We just
Yeah.
have to notice it because we take it so much for granted,
Yeah.
but understand it's doing stuff for us the whole time.
And even with your kids, I have an array of different coloured sheets. So I kind of go, what colour do you need to be in, this week? So, yeah, so I often think it's a really good thing, like with their doonas and their sheets to change them up all the time on them to help them, vibrate higher. And I like that, doing that as
Yeah.
well.
I agree because you're changing the vibration every time with the sheets, the towels, whatever it might be. Change the
Yeah.
colors up because it's changing the vibration. So I know if I do like I was saying before, I put the crystals on the chakras. If they come back and want the same thing, I'll always try and recommend you choose something different because your
Mm,
body's going to get used to that one frequency, that one vibration of the same crystal. So if you're doing like on the throat this week a lapis, next week try a sodalite because the
mm,
vibrations are different, the crystals are different, and the chakra will react differently to that. So that's what I say to people. So I like what you're saying with the sheets and stuff like that, Joe, because it changes
yeah.
everything around it. It changes
Yeah.
the mood of the room, changes the look of the room, but it's also changing the vibration when you're sleeping in it, when you're holding it. It's just like, wow. I used to be a white sheets only. I was always white sheets only. Can't sleep in anything but white sheets. Can't do it. And now I've got gold, I've got brown, I've got blue, and I've got all the different colors because it's like,
Yeah.
what am I needing at the moment? It changes it up all the time.
Yeah, very much so. So, yeah, and on another note, nothing better than a good old flannelette sheet getting into bed right now.
Especially winter time, Joe. It's like getting down to 2 degrees at night here. It's just craziness.
Oh, that's
And
cold.
it's like, oh yeah, oh yeah. We have the heater on. Don't worry about that. But when you go outside and you can see the stars, and then you think, oh, but it's freezing. You get the wind, and the wind sometimes comes up from Antarctica when you get a high
Mm,
in the bottom of the part of Australia, the Great Ocean Bight, Great Australian
mm,
Bight. It
yeah,
brings the winds up from Antarctica, and it's like, oh my God, it's freezing. So we're all dressed up to the nines, but it's still, but it's beautiful. But yeah, flannelette sheets, very much a do at the moment.
yeah, yeah, yeah. We feel like, here we're getting down to 7, which is pretty cold here, and we've had a top of 18. And I know that probably feels warm for Melbourne, but that's really cold for Coffs Harbour and Bellingen. So,
Wow. Well, we went for a top of 12 yesterday.
mm,
And when you add the wind in, so when you get the breezes, when you add the wind in, you're sitting at about 3 or 4 degrees.
right, yeah, too cold, not for me.
That's what I said to Sean yesterday. I said, I'm getting too old to do this cold. I think we're going to have to move sooner or later because I can't do the cold anymore. I can't do
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
But
yeah, yeah. Come closer up. This way is great. You should move up this way.
exactly. Exactly. No, yeah, but this is the color. I mean, you look at the salt lamp. I don't know if you can see the salt lamp in the corner. It's a
Yeah,
beautiful orange. Brings that
yes.
joy. And I've got a little blue angel in there. He's obsidian, little blue. So I've got color there, and
Oh,
I've got
yeah,
the purples up this side in the flags. I've got little flags for people to, just focus on with if they're having a bit of stress. So yeah, color's really important. If
yeah,
you don't have color in your life, bring it into your life. Just, winter in Melbourne, scarves. Bring a coloured scarf into your life. Bring a scrunchie if you've got long hair or a hair clip or whatever it is. Start accenting with colour because it just wants to lift you up and pull you out of the doldrums. And trust me, when I've said that to people and they've actually listened to it and they've
yeah,
come back to me like 6 months later, it's like, who are you? You're a different person. It's like,
yeah,
yeah, because I'm embracing colour and the colour really wants to help my moods and uplift me. So, and they're starting to understand when I'm wearing browns or greens or whatever, I'm going to feel different throughout the day. So it's really,
yeah.
really powerful. Really, really
Yeah,
powerful.
I love it when the season. I love that magenta pink color. So I love it
Yes,
when the season has that as one of the main colors or the theme colors. I'll buy heaps because I want to. Because then the following season, often they don't have them. You see, so
yes.
yeah, mm,
Tell me about it. I was at Uniqlo and I thought, I'll get it, get it, get it. Never got this shirt. And it was a bright pink. It was like really bright pink. It was like, yeah, I'll get it next season. And what did they come out this year? They were the dullest colors you've ever seen in your
yes,
life. It's like,
yeah,
they've sucked the life out of the colors. It's like, why are we doing bland? What's that all about? I want
mm,
strong color. I want vivid colors.
mm.
And that's how it works. And talk about color. Vivid in Sydney.
Yes, I love that. That is so good.
See? They bring the
Awaken
colors
soul.
out onto the opera houses and all of the other places, and it just sings. You go to a rock concert, lights, colors. It's everywhere. So that
Yeah,
it's a really good way that people don't often think about it, but it does affect your moods and stuff like that. It's very
very
special.
much.
Colors. Yeah.
Yes.
Think of
Yeah,
think of watching a movie in black and white, Joe. Think of watching a movie in black
oh,
and white,
yeah,
and then you think about watching it in color. And it's like they're
yeah,
two different propositions, aren't they?
yeah, yeah. And if you've ever talked to someone who is colorblind and then they get the glasses to wear to help awaken them, they just can't believe all the colors that they're missing.
Yes. I
Yeah,
watched some videos like that on YouTube, and they get you get really emotional because
yeah,
these poor people that are colorblind put these glasses on and they just start crying because
yeah,
it's like, wow, I'm missing out on a whole world of color. And
yeah,
without the glasses, I can't pick them up. I can't see them. But when they start seeing colors, and it's like, but that's not brown. That's not how I saw brown. It's life changing. It's such
very.
a. If you haven't seen them, guys, go onto YouTube and just put on, colorblind glasses, and you'll see the
Yeah,
videos of people popping these glasses on, and
yeah.
how we take so much for granted when these people can't see it.
Yes, very much so. So yeah, so I invite you to be more conscious of your what colors you're choosing and what there's so much info online about colors and the emotions behind them. But yeah, just be mindful of what colors you choose, and then even combinations. Like I sometimes think, and I don't know why, but sometimes I think, you know, sometimes wearing like a combination of black and red, sometimes it can make you a bit bitchy. Like, does that make sense? Or
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah,
Because the red is the arrogance, and the black is, it makes you feel, makes some people want to feel good about themselves. So there's this, it can create a mood. It can create a mood. It really
yeah,
can. So you're right. You've really got to watch and
yeah,
watch your color wherever you might go. So, some people go to funerals, they want to wear black. Okay, I understand that. But a lot of people, I had a beautiful friend pass away last year, and the requirement was nobody used to wear black. Everybody must wear color because color
yeah,
is a celebration. Does that make sense?
yes,
So for his funeral, we all wore color, and it was like, wow, look at that. Everybody listened. Everybody, understood that that was the requirement to bring joy, not to bring dullness and sadness, but to bring joy, to celebrate this amazing person's life. And it was
yes,
very, very powerful that everybody wore the color.
yeah, yeah. I'm all for. I wouldn't want a funeral with just black. I would want all the
No,
colors. You know.
same,
And the
same,
other
same,
thing I
same.
find also good is, if someone comes to me and they keep falling over, or they're clumsy, or, they're a bit out of body and can't think clearly, I often will say to them, you don't have to, but I would suggest you buy some red shoes to help ground you, or wear red socks.
Yes, yes, that's exactly right. Stability in the feet to ground, to
Yeah,
connect to the earth, connect to
yeah,
the earth. Yeah, I've got that. I've got red shoes, I've got red sneakers, and I've got red socks. So yeah, when you feel like you need to ground, reds.
yes,
And if you feel like you can't get away with a red, go a brown, even though brown's a little bit,
mm,
for me, dull, but you
yeah,
could do a brown as well. A brown will
yeah,
anchor you back into the earth. Yeah, very, very special. Very, very special. So yeah,
yeah,
look at color with different eyes. Just notice the colors. Notice what's
yeah.
around you. I notice when stuff changes. The local shops, they painted one of the walls red. It's like, what's going on here? Something's happening. And then the
Yeah,
shop two doors up is purple because it's a Thai restaurant, and they painted it all purple. It's like, we're getting a hit of color. Well, what's happening here? And so
yeah,
our suburb is starting to be uplifted with all of this new color that wants to
yes,
come in. And what it's actually bringing is more vibrancy to the
yes,
the shopping district here, because people are feeling more at ease. They want to be there. They feel the vibe of it. So,
yeah,
and yeah, it's really, really interesting that this red wall appeared, and then this purple appered, and then all of a sudden this yellow building appeared. It's like, wow, we're getting a hit of color. What's going on here in West Meadows? It's all happening. So it's really
yeah.
interesting to see how it interacts, see how it
Very
works.
much so. And I even think if you do own a business of any sort, they say your shop front should change every 3 years with different colors and things, just to bring
Yeah.
the life back into your business. Yeah.
Yes, because otherwise it becomes a part of everything. Does that make sense? It becomes a
Yeah.
blur. But if you go, boom, let's just invest some color into it. And it might just
Yeah.
be some accent colors. Doesn't have to be,
Yeah.
oh, I'm painting it all yellow or I'm painting it all
Yeah.
purple. It might
Yeah.
be yellow trim or, whatever. You'll notice that, oh, I'm noticing it again. It's coming back into my field of vision.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
Yeah. So I think, it's look at if the colors you're wearing is dulling down your personality, So
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, yes. And we've given you the tips. If you're being dulled down by having to wear a corporate uniform that is black or grey or whatever it might be, underwear, whatever it might be, underwear, scrunchies, watch bands, brooches, whatever, hair clips, put some color to
Yeah.
it. Give yourself some individuality so that you're
Yeah.
not the same as everybody else. And if you can do that, might even be a scarf, might even be, a little scarf or, whatever it is, work it
Mm.
out so that way you're individual. You're not the same as everybody else. You're not a sheep. You're not just doing the same as everybody else.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Take it in your
Very
stride.
much.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So
Love
yes,
it.
well, that sums up the color. Yeah, I love
It does.
colors thing. Yeah.
Same, same. I love, love, love color. So, guys, in the comments, tell us what your favorite color is and tell us what your least favorite color is. So, I struggle with oranges and purples, and they're on the opposites of the color wheel. So, that's probably why, because I love red and yellow. It's just sometimes orange is like, ooh. And I love red and blue, but purple's like that. I don't know. So tell us in the comments what your favorite colors are and what your least
Yeah.
favorite colors are. Tell
Yeah.
us if you feel good and you feel okay with wearing colors. Do you feel safe with wearing colors? Or
Yeah.
are you feeling safer by wearing black and adding some color to it? Let us know in the comments.
I know even for me, my spiritual diary is like that soft watercolors, but all rainbow colors. Yeah.
Yes.
Because rainbows just
Good.
make me instantly happy when I see them. Mm.
That's the thing, Joe. I 100%, I agree with you 100%. As soon as I see a rainbow, I was like, wow, I'm here. Let's go. I'm invested. Let's do this. What is it? What are we doing? And everywhere I go, you'll find I've got rainbow colors. IKEA used to have 6 colors in the one cushion. I got 6 of them on the couch because I couldn't get enough of them. It's like, yeah,
Yeah.
6, I'll take them. So
Yes.
wherever I find a rainbow, I'm a happy man. Happy
Yeah.
man.
Yes.
Love it.
Yes. Well, thank you,
Love it.
lovely, for a beautiful chat today.
Thank you. My pleasure. And we look forward to another chat next week. So don't forget to like and subscribe and pop the little bell for the notifications when we do upload our videos so that you've got them there. And if you want to
Yes.
share it with a friend, there's a little share button. You can copy the link and just send it off to them in like a messenger or a WhatsApp chat. And then that way
Yes.
that'll take them straight to the YouTube if you think it's relevant for them. So have a
Yes.
great week, everyone. Joe, have a
Yes.
lovely week. Thank you for your
You
time
too, darling.
again today. We appreciate it. And we will see you all next time.
Excellent.
Bye for
See
now.
ya. Bye. Bye.